Tingog. Usa ka katawhan. Cebu Catholic Television Network.
Cebuanos Filipinos continue to thrive wherever they are all over the world. Catch a glimpse of their adventures as they explore and experience the world and share experiences with Filipinos living abroad. Join us and travel the world through their eyes with Attorney Divine Marshall Flores live from New Brunswick, Canada, and Tony Ortega live from British Columbia, Canada. This is CCTN International PINOY Journeys.
Good morning Cebu, good morning Philippines. Welcome na usab sa atong tulumanon CCTN International PINOY Journeys. Ako na usab si Divine Marshall Flores live gikan sa New Brunswick, Canada.
Ug ako na usab si Tony Ortega live gikan sa probinsya sa British Columbia, Canada. Good morning Cebu. Good evening Canada.
Yes, may gabi ini mo diha Tony og sa tanan natong nagtan-aw worldwide sa atong CCTN cable channel, sa atong CCTN channel 47. Mayong adlaw kaninyong tanan og sa mga nagtan-aw nato live sa Facebook ug YouTube sa nagkalaing dapit sa atong kalibutan. Mayong adlaw or mayong gabi kaninyong tanan. Medyo exciting ang mga panghitabo ron sa Cebu City, Brad Tony, no? Kay not only nga nagkaduol na ang eleksyon, but tungod ining bag-ong gibuksan nga taytayan nga nag-connect sa Cebu City ngadto na sa Cordova.
Tinuod ka Divine, pero Divine, ang ato ramang guest karon dili ni siya Cebuano, so we will be using siguro ang ato sigurong medium karon gamot Bisaya, Tagalog, in English. So
Yeah.
totoo yung sinabi mo Divine na nakapa-excited po ang nangyayari ngayon sa Cebu kasi ka-open pa lang ng CCTN at saka napakalaking tulong yun sa commuters ng Cebu at sa paraang yun magkakaroon po ng ASA traffic. So
Yes.
at saka sinabi natin, di ba, napakalaking tulong at sana po na yung bridge na yan magkakaroon yan ng kaunting solusyon sa problema, but I believe that's not the permanent solution, Divine.
Yes, this would be the highest and tallest and longest bridge in the Philippines. Base sa mga report Tony, no? Ito yung pinaka-longest bridge ng Pilipinas, yung bagong binuksan na Cebu-Cordova Link Expressway at saka 8.9 kilometers. Ganun siya kataas. Magtagalog na lang ta, no? Kasi yung guest natin ngayon Tagalog. So, pasensya na po. And then, 22 billion pesos ang budget for this bridge. But this bridge is not constructed by the government. It's under private PPP. And then, ang may-ari nito, ang Metro Pacific Tollways Corporation headed by Manny Pangilinan. So, kasi private ang nag-construct dito, Brad Tony, so ang mangyari dito is may toll fee. Every time gumamit ka ng bridge na yan, so may bayad yan.
Totoo yun, Divine, ang sinabi mo. Kaya siguro dapat nilang maintindihan at dapat nating maedukar po yung mga commuters natin kung bakit tayo magbabayad or bakit tayong magbabayad. Kasi it's part of the system. Kaya kasi ang pag-avail kasi natin yung project na yun is public-private property. At saka, Divine, baka po sinabi mayroong feedback, salamat po sa kasi parang nagkakaroon po ng branding dyan si President Duterte kasi akala po siguro ng tao na that's actually an initiative of President Duterte. Pero sa pagkakaalam ko, Divine, yung idea na yan, it's been long time. Sa pagkakaalam ko po, part po sa yung Regional Development Council, yung Metro Cebu Development. program?
It was planned during the time of the administration of former President Noynoy Aquino. But naging controversial yung opening ng bridge na to kasi yung picture ng Rappler, yung pinakita niya yung bridge tapos yung slum, no? Kasi under the bridge, ang daming mga shanties dyan. That's the reality. So, ang daming nag-criticize, nag-trending yung picture na yon. Kasi sabi, the longest and the highest bridge, binuksan dun sa Cebu. Tapos ang makita yung mga shanties, no? So, parang negative ba? Parang galit ang mga Cebuano nga, ba't kayo naging negative? So, ngayon medyo divided yung opinion ng mga tao because that's the reality. Na ganito kaganda ng bridge natin, pero tingnan mo ang mga tao ilalim sa bridge. And I think, on my part, that's reality. Para bang, syempre, sabi ng Rappler, nagsasabi lang naman sila ng totoan. I think, ang advantage lang dito because Mayor Mike Rama said na isa yan sa tutukan niya if in case mananalo siya and hopefully who would be the next mayor in Cebu, isa yan ang tutukan nila to develop yung neighborhood doon sa sa bridge.
Speaking of excitement, Attorney Divine, alam natin po, excited po ang mga tao sa Cebu sa mga nangyayaring ganun at saka ang dala po ngayon ang mga issues na na-excite po tayo. Isa po, election is about to start. There are only 13 days left para magkakaroon tayo ng election. In fact, dito sa opisina po sa Vancouver Consulate ngayon, Divine, nagsisimula na po yung feeding of ballots. And then somebody called me na ang feeding of ballots pala ngayon, it will be until 10 o'clock tonight dito sa Canada, including Toronto. So marami na kasing dumarating na mga baluta. So our watchers, salamat po sa nagbabantay ng baluta ngayon doon. Busy po sila sa Vancouver Consulate Office kasi doon po ginaganap ang ballot feeding. And other than that, excitement, Divine, yung guest natin ngayon, sino bang nag-aakala na yung guest natin ngayon isa sa pinaka-accomplished na Filipino individual dito sa Canada? At biroin mo naman, ang dami pa ng mga Pilipinong accomplished dito na hindi lang natin na-discover. Salamat po sa pagpapa-unlock ninyo na magiging guest po kayo namin ngayon.
Yeah, this is the real public servant. Kasi awarded siya, yung guest natin, no? Sana yung mapipili, mai-elect ng Pilipinas, yun din ang gawin ba? Yung totoong serbisyo ang ipakita sa mga tao. 'Di ba? Yun yung hinahanap natin.
Oo, pero wag na natin sigurong patagalin pa ang oras, Divine, kasi ako po, excited ako at saka yung nanonood natin all over the Philippines, all over the world kasi makikita tayo sa Facebook, YouTube at saka live po tayo ngayon sa Cebu and ilang cable station by or ilang city sa Pilipinas. So mga kaibigan, yung guest po namin ngayon is isa pong Pilipina dumating sa Canada, yung batang-bata pa siya. Siya po ang pinaka-accomplished na Pilipina dito ngayon sa pagkakaalam ko. So mga kaibigan, yung guest po natin na ngayon is no other than Marie Holgado. Magandang gabi po sa iyo, Madam.
Yes, good morning, Ma'am Marie. Good morning for the Philippines and sa Cebu.
Morning, Cebu, and good morning, Canada. Good evening.
Yeah.
I'm so honored. This is like actually my first time that I told Tony that, Tony, I really didn't want to give any information about my accomplishment because I offer everything to the Lord. So
Wow.
It's all for glory.
Yes.
And
True.
but Tony asked me, sige ate, I said, well, Tony, I really don't know, but then, okay, because of your channel is also for the CCT channel is like for
It's a Catholic station.
It's a Catholic channel, so I thought, okay, then that's why when I decided, okay, Tony, I will say yes then. How can I never say yes? I will always say yes to the Lord.
Thank you. Okay, doon tayo magsisimula, ma'am, sa journey mo nung nandun ka pa sa Pilipinas. Saan province po kayo sa Pilipinas nakatira?
I was born in Atimonan, Quezon.
Quezon province.
Quezon, like after Lucena City.
Yeah.
And I actually, it's like a province, so it's a big thing when I like when I arrive in Canada. So it's so totally different because provinciano,
Yeah.
provinciano,
How
right?
old were you then? How old were you then when your family decided to migrate in Canada?
That was early 70s,
Okay. And you
and we first emigrated in Ontario.
okay, and how old were you that time?
I was 10 years old.
Okay. So what was your reaction when you arrived in Canada?
Well, it was like a big difference. There's a big difference between being growing up at the province and being in Canada. And of course, it's all like blonde hair, blue eyes, and we're like all the Filipinos. Like we're the second Filipino people in Ontario. Like it's in Sarnia. It's like 3 hours away from Toronto.
Mm-hmm. So what was
And
the reaction of the locals there when you arrived? Kasi nag-aaral ka doon, tapos ilan lang kayong Pilipino na nandun.
actually, it's only our family that's andon. Like, and I have all my siblings are all boys, and I'm the eldest. So
Okay.
like everybody at school, they thought we came from different planet because like blonde hair, blue eyes, and like we have a black hair, flat nose.
Yeah, Pinoy talaga.
So so like everybody is always like, wow, where did these people came from? So it was like really kind of different on the early 70s. So, but anyway, and then I have to take care of my brothers. So we have to be a little bit tough because they're like, they're like bullying us
Oh,
because
really?
yeah. So then and then we have a corner store nearby the school. So all the kids will go there and buy candies and all that. So like they were just wondering, how did these people have a business? Right? Because my uncle, who sponsored us, they came on the early 60s.
Okay.
So we have a business in Ontario, like in Sarnia. They also have a nursing home, and they have like that corner store. Like it's just like a 7-Eleven on
Ah,
that time.
okay. Okay. So, doon ka nag-aral elementary, high school hanggang college po? Doon
Say
ka
it again.
nag-aral? Yeah, diyan ka nag-aral na sa Canada from elementary, high school to college.
Yes. No, I went back to the Philippines because I sort of like when we became Canadian, my
Uh-huh.
parents thought, well, I think he's losing her Filipino culture, so we better send her back. I was sent back home for a few years, like for about 3 years. And but then I decided I think I have to go back to Canada, and then because I was kind of confused. Sana doon na lang ako sa Philippines, pero nung ano ko sabi, namimiss ko ang parents ko and my family. So then I told my parents, "Oh, I already learned my Filipino culture. Can you bring me back?" So my parents decided, "Okay, we'll bring you back here." And then but then when I came back, I got into the government
Oh,
at age of 20 years old. So
Okay.
I, and it was like, well, I think this is pretty good. Like, just work for the government, for the federal government. And that's where I stayed till I'm like, 35 years later. So I retired at age of 55, which I did my 35-year service.
Okay. But when your parents sent you back to the Philippines, ano bang plano nila? Kasi lahat na culture ng Filipino nawala sa'yo. Ikaw lang ang pinadala pabalik ng Pilipinas.
Yes, because I'm the only girl. I have
Ah,
5 brothers.
So ano bang attitude mo that time? Nawala na talaga yung Filipino culture kaya pinabalik ka sa Pilipinas?
Yeah, because we really don't have Filipino people around there in Sarnia.
Okay.
It was like my parents are thinking, "Wow, I think she has to go back to the Philippines so she can learn back the culture.
Anong goal lang, how old are you, ma'am, when you went back to the Philippines?
16 years old. I was 16.
Pero tapos ka na ano ba? Natapos ka na ba sa high school or college? Bakit yung
Yeah, I was finished. Yeah, I was grade 11 to 12, and then I did when I went back. Then I was sent. I had to do like partly high school in the Philippines. I don't know how they. But then I really didn't really think of anything as long as I will learn back the culture. So I just followed what it's needed for me to get in to the school. So then I went back, and then partly a little bit of high school. Then I went, and all my cousins were going to university, and they're all in medical school. And that was also my plan, to be a doctor. But then after that, my parents. Then I was just thinking, well, I still want to go back to Canada. So even if I finish my university year, I think I will still go back to school there. So I was kind of confused. So then my parents said, okay, just come back. But then when I came back, I got into the government. So and I thought, okay, I might as well just work in the government.
Okay.
That's how I just did my career throughout.
So hindi mo na tinapos yung pagka-college mo when you went back to Canada?
I went there as a pre-med, and then I didn't finish, and then I was again confused going back to Canada. And then I said, okay. And then I went for job interview, and I got into the government, and I said, I think I'll just work for the government.
Okay. So how was it? Kasi sabi nila, if you employed in a government office here in Canada, yun yung stable na job.
Yeah.
So how was it nung nagtrabaho ka sa government? So yun na talaga yung target mo?
Well, it was good paying job, and I start enjoying it to be a public servant.
Yeah.
So and I thought, well, I guess I will just really make the best of this career. And, with God's grace, I retired at age of 55 with good pension, and I'm still able to serve the community.
Yeah.
And I have so much to give back. And
True.
because of all
when you start when you enter in the government service, ano po yung office specific office sa federal government mo yung na-in ka?
I started at the immigration, actually. But immigration because at that time, government are like employment and immigration, which is they have like now you call it Service Canada. So there's like it's merged. And so there's a different, but they call it like employment and immigration, but you could be doing several things on different departments. So I actually, it's under employment immigration, but I was actually assigned as when you apply for EI for your when you get laid off. So it's actually at the time. So and then because I was so young, and on that time you are able to, when you work for the federal government and when you get in, you can just have a lateral transfer, easy. You will just say, okay, I'm getting bored because like you're young and you already know the job. So, okay, you can sort of like explore yourself.
Yeah.
So after a few years, I said, I think I'm going to have a lateral transfer to Ministry of Transport. It's like Transport Canada. So then I got into Ministry of Transport under Coast Guard, right? So, wow, so all those people that will take an exam to be a captain of the ship, and all when we're loading some grains and all that, we're the one that will send like our people to close the hatches and then when there are people coming in from like all the ship that's coming in, that we can see everything on that office. But then again, after a few years, I got bored again. So I said, okay, I think I'm getting collateral transfer in Ministry of Transport under air, which is now it's at the airport. Right. So I really had that was really quite an amazing journey for me, because at that time it was easy to have a lateral transfer and you will still be working for the federal government.
Yeah. And it was good for you kasi yung experience na nakukuha mo,
Yes.
di ba?
Yes. And then after that, I said, well, I think I'm bored again. I think I'll go to Public Works Canada. So then I will learn, all those tender, like, when all the people will bid for all the government like material management. When you want to do a bidding. And so like, a few years, I got bored again. I'm probably like about on my 30s, early 30s.
Okay.
So I said, okay, I think I'm gonna see where is really I'm going to retire, like 20 years later. But
Okay.
that's when I decided to be in Revenue Canada,
Okay.
which I got my letter transfer accepted and became a collector.
Mhm. Okay, so parang kung sa Pilipinas 'yan, nagtatrabaho ka sa BIR at naging collector ka, 'di ba?
Yes,
Kung sa
yes.
Pilipinas 'yan. Okay. And ikaw is sa Canada. Ano yung mga challenges yung nag-start ka sa being as collector? Kasi sa atin naging controversial yung mga collector, BIR collector or examiner natin dahil sa mga issues sa mga yung mga ethical issues, yung mga under the table and everything. Pero hindi yan nangyayari sa Canada.
No, we're not even allowed to, when we go to our client, we're not even allowed to accept even a drink of water
Wow.
Yeah.
if they offer us. We just totally like, you can't even, of course, they try, especially, because they're Asian, they're used to that. So they
Yeah.
will offer you, they will send something in your office. So right away you have to let your director know, or, and it's going to be returned back.
So kung may ipadala na gift for you, ibabalik nyo sa sender?
And you have to report it.
Wow.
Okay.
Ang taas ng standard, no? Ang ethics
Oo,
niya,
kasi-
napakalaki, napakataas.
Yeah.
Kasi I understand kasi yung compensation nyo talaga is, 'di ba, satisfied at enough talaga yung compensation ng mga government employee dito sa Canada, 'di ba? Hindi po ba?
Oh, yes. Talaga. Like, you're really compensated.
Mhm.
So there's really, wala talagang reason
Yeah,
para isip ka pa ng,
tumanggap.
like,
Yeah.
like there's no other reason.
Were there any instances na may mga kasamahan po kayo na tumanggap? Kasi merong daming offer, no? Tapos yung natanggap at anong ginawa ng government if in case ma-discover na tumanggap siya ng...
You can get, right away, you are fired
Right away.
right away.
Okay. So,
And also, when you're working for Revenue Canada, of course, they give us inventories, right? Of clients. So everything is only need to know basis. So kung ano lang yung inventory, yun lang ang because we have all the tools to find out every single person that has a social insurance number. We can trace you. We can find you. We have all the tools.
okay.
Marami talagang, you can be tempted to actually just put your name. Like, I can just type your name and I can find out everything about this person. Right?
Yeah.
But everything is need to know basis. So you will not touch on anything that's not your client. So yun lang yun. ang daming talagang na tatanggal talaga dyan. Ah, dahil, they, siguro nate-tempt sila just out of curiosity. Pero, why would you do that? Eh, yung palang sa inventory ng clients mo, ang dami mo nang gagawin eh. You don't have time
Aha.
to, try to, or yung sa mga family, titingnan
Yeah.
yung mga ganon, they'll find out.
So kayo po ba sa CRA? Kayo po ba sa CRA, ma'am, is diverse po ba yung opisina sa CRA?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes. Talagang everything is for us. Pero syempre, kung minsan, mayroon din syempre, alam mo na, the usual thing, malaking office, parating may hindi nawawala yung mga jealousy. But, it's a normal thing. For me, I really enjoyed every single minute of my work because I always want to volunteer things. I want to do things like I want to make a difference
Mm.
in our office.
Okay.
Like,
So imagine,
Go ahead, attorney.
Imagine you've been working sa CRA for 35 years. So, 'di ba, sa mga previous na experience mo, parang 2 to 3 years lang ang tagal mo. But in the CRA, 35 years kang nagtrabaho doon before you decided to retire. So, ano bang nagustuhan mo sa trabaho na 'yan?
Mga 25 altogether sa CRA kasi yung lateral transfer from
Okay.
ganon. So to put everything together, talagang 35 years sa federal, pero mga 25 siguro sa Revenue Canada.
So ang ibig mong sabihin, nag-retire ka na ngayon?
5 years ago, Tom.
Bakit yung mukha mo is parang 28 years old ka pa ngayon?
Yeah, parang ang bata mo pa nag-retire.
55. And so because I did my full service for the government. So that's already a full pension.
Full pension na pala yun. Okay. And then, ma'am, I understand na may mga awards kang natanggap while you were working at the CRA. Please tell us, yung first award na natanggap mo, ano yun? Ba't ka nagka-award? Ano bang dapat gawin para magka-award tayo sa government?
Well, it's the highest award that you could get, the Award of Excellence.
Wow.
So, winning award, so like something like, you probably did something na like sa ibang bagay, ibang department na you did kapag how do you call that? You managed to hindi ko mas in Tagalog nakapagbigay ka ng ibang para maging you make a difference. So wala yung Award of Excellence na pinili ko na talagang nag-concentrate ako is the community work.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's no money there, walang pera doon dahil community work yung gagawin mo. So wala talagang nagta-touch ng community work kasi outside your work, right? So yung ibang mga yung my office mate, ang tinatouch nila yung mga pwedeng mayroong award na ginagawa mo sa work.
Okay.
Right? But ako, I said no. I always wanted to do something outside na makatulong ako to make a difference to the people. So that's when, and then they found out from the office. So then I'm nominated and to get that award. So may category. So that category na talagang kumukuha ng community
service
of sa service kasi wala talaga yung talagang it's really your own time. And but then of course my director said no, she really deserved to get that award. Then I said okay. And then when we had the award for the Queen Jubilee Diamond Award from the Queen.
So that's your
So,
second
isa rin
award.
yung- Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, I really don't need the award. I want my award from heaven.
Yeah.
So I never thought of having, but then they said, no, I deserve to have that. And so I'm honored. So and like everybody was saying, oh, let's put it on the paper or something. And I said, no, I never even shared it. But then our priest in our parish said, Marie, I have to announce this
Mm.
because, you could be, you will be a good example.
True.
So I really want to, but my parish priest said, just one time. So then I was told, and my husband, I was like, no, Father, no. Then there's so much people, and I'm so honored. And then, I said, I really want my award in heaven. And everything is glory anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So, ma'am, ilan po ang anak nyo? Tapos, Filipino po ba ang naging asawa mo? Kasi yung iba kasi, Tony, no? Bata pa si Mama rin nagpunta ng Canada. Yung iba kasi, yung husband nila is Canadian din. Pero yung sa'yo,
My husband is talagang Batanggenyo. And very traditional Batanggenyo.
aha.
Kaya again, nung na-meet ko siya, sinabi talaga niya, ayoko ng English. Like, I don't, so that's why I have to, ayaw daw niya ng English. Then also, kaya yung anak ko, we only have one son, and I have two granddaughters.
Wow.
And then, napangasawa ng anak ko is from Cebu.
From Cebu.
Yes. And then, but she's also born here.
Okay.
They're both born in Canada.
Pero yung mga parents niya, Filipino talaga.
Yeah, Filipino. Talagang Filipino.
Mm-mm. Ano bang sa tingin mo kahit ikaw lumaki sa Canada, yung culture ng Pinoy, anong nagustuhan mo doon compared sa culture sa Canadian culture?
Well, talagang yung culture natin, attorney, talagang iba pa rin. We're still, in a way, mayroon pa rin tayong reservation in many ways.
Mhm.
Even yung anak ko, even my daughter-in-law, they're born here. Pero dun sa dalawang apo ko, they always say, you will never be a Canadian because you're black hair and you still have black eyes. So whatever you guys are, thinking that, yung pag-uwi, yung pag-uwi sa bahay, respect sa parents, nandun pa rin. Andun pa rin yun. Tsaka, yung mga, siyempre, pag iba talaga yung Canadian way, iba pa rin talaga tayo.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Lalo na yung sa belief natin, no? 'Di ba? Yung napaka-religious talaga yung mga Pinoy. Yun yung medyo hindi natin mafe-feel sa mga local dito.
Ang tanong ko sa iyo, madam, kasi lumaki ka dito, batang-bata ka pa, dito ka, dumating ka 10 years old, exposed ka na sa community service, tapos yung opisina mo is government pa. Advisable po ba sa atin na magiging, parang ang attention natin minsan, kahit Filipino culture, so I have to mingle with the Filipino community most of the time. So, advisable po ba or ano po ba ang advantage at saka disadvantages kung palagi ka na naka-expose sa Filipino community or sa iba?
Well, Tony, of course, I think it's in general. Pag nakalagay na yung, nakatatak na talaga yung pagka-Pilipino natin, nakikita naman natin kung ano yung difference, kung ano yung magaling at mabuti. Yun yung pipick upin natin. So, but always, I guess because I always, parating in every minute I always believe that I live with the grace of God. Parating ganun yung nasa isip ko. So, I'm always grateful at saka iniisip ko talaga yung being a Filipino, yung pagka-Pilipino, yung hardworking, talagang yung puso natin,
Yeah.
pusong Pinoy talaga na when we did our commitment, talagang nilalagay natin sa talagang it's nasa puso,
Mm-mm.
right? I think so, being a Filipino, dahil hindi tayo spoiled, right?
May discipline. Yeah.
Kasi is everything. Kaya that's when I decided, nag-isip talaga ako nung magre-retire ako, what kind of retirement I'm going to have. Right? Maraming, ayoko yung party na sa bar, mag-inuman, wala akong kwentuhan. So then, a year, nag-iisip na ako, Lord, nagdadasal ako. And because most of my office mates are atheists.
Oh.
You know, kasi walang nakakakilala kay Lord. Kasi lahat, everything is, na dito sa Canada. Like especially sa office. So when I decided I'm going to bring the live play of either I'm going to have a play of Divine Mercy or live play of saints. So I choose Saint Therese Lisieux. And it's a live play from Washington by St. Luke's Production.
Wow.
So then so when I opened up the invitation to my office, it's a beautiful invitation and it's a play. So everybody was saying, what? Her retirement party is a live play? And then they have a title there already of Saint Therese. So everybody was already searching, who is Saint Therese Lisieux? Right? And then when my pastor is signing up for my event, nakita niya kasi St. Luke's Production has to send all those papers. And then my pastor said, Marie, this is very expensive play. And then I said, no, Father, because it's like, no, Father, I only need one soul to be evangelized, and that's worth of this event.
Yeah.
So it was quite really a moving event that night. So everybody was excited. Kasi ang ganda talaga. Tapos naintindihan ng mga ka-office mate ko, wow, a beautiful play. So I had two office mates who got converted to be a Catholic.
Wow.
On this, So I was so happy because it was so different. But all my friend, and even Father said, Marie, no more reception or what. But then all my friends, especially Tony, Ali Mary's, no sisterhood, you can have a big reception. I will take care of it. So the reception that was made and put all together by my friends, it's enough to feed 1,200 people, 1,500 people. There's so much food.
Wow.
People play. So with so much food, so I said, well, not a lot of people from my office made it. So it's good. The next day, I told them to bring the food to the office on their lunch. So everybody was just talking about it. 1,000 people were, wow, like you guys, just missed the live. And this food is from this event, from the retirement party. It's quite a moving, like that time. So I said, wow, and then of course I said, no gift. It's donation to the church. But the money that I paid for that play, it doubled. So, like I didn't expect that I'm going to get more, money from that play. But then of course the father said, oh my goodness, so my pastor is so happy. And I said, well, I'm happy because, the church got more donation. And at the same token, yung ko talaga is even just one person to be evangelized.
Yeah.
That's already of that return. So,
Okay. So meaning to say, yung play, ginawa mo yun, parang retirement party for you?
Yeah,
Yung
yeah.
play?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yung play ni Center Reese? Oh my God.
Talaga, hindi ko maisip dahil all the years, nag-a-attend ako parati retirement party sa mga pub, na walang kaano-ano.
Inuman, kumakain.
So sabi ko, pag nag-retire ako sa government, iba yung ano ko, it's gonna have a meaning. So that's why everybody says, you know her, it's gonna have some kind of meaning somehow.
Tama po po yung naririnig ko na yung production mo is galing sa Washington by St. Luke Production?
From St. Luke's Production. You can Google that, Tony. Ang galing talaga nila. So marami silang play. Pero marami yung St. Luke's Production. So it was a live play talaga. They came all the way, pati ang props dala nila.
Wow.
It was that's why my friend said, oh, bakit hindi? My friend said, why don't you just donate this money directly? I said, the point. Father, that's not the point.
True.
And then, you're gonna get tired. You're gonna invite all the people. I said, no, Father, that's not the point. You know, kasi siguro inisip niya, wow, i-donate mo na lang directly to.
Yung expenses mo for that.
Tapos yung pagod mo, pero hindi talaga. Bago mo sila.
Curious po ako sa output ng party sa kasi sinabi mo, mayroon kang dalawang ka-office mate mo na it's converted from nothing to Catholic?
Yes. Because I actually, they know, Tony, nakikita nila talaga all yung mga closest ko na kaopisinahan. They see me. How, I'm so vibrant in the office, para daw walang kapaguran. Because I'm always there for, I'm there for them. And whatever. Well, I guess, tinatanong nila, anong secret? So I said, serving the Lord is the secret. Kasi ang dami talaga, atheist talaga yung karamihan ko. Kasi, the life here is, hindi nila nakikita na it's all from the above, Okay. I just wanna, sa kanila, parati kong sinishare yun sa kanila. And they most of my office mates, when I have event at the church, dumarating sila, mga puti. They come with me.
Parang fulfilling on your part, no, na may na-convert ka, naging Catholics na mga, dahil sa play na yon. Kasi ang pinipicture yung life ni Saint Therese, iba talaga yung retirement party mo.
Yes. Iba talaga. Inisip ko nga, mamili ako, Divine Mercy, yung play, pero parang so deep, kasi nakita ko na rin play ng St. Luke's na Divine Mercy. So, inisip ko talaga, siguro mas easy yung kay St. Therese na message.
Okay. So, ma'am, after you retired, what made you busy now? Kasi during sa pre-interview natin, parang mas busy ka pa ngayon kaysa nagtrabaho ka.
Well, I am in the Finance Council for all the years. Nasa Finance Council na ako. We have 5,000 parishioners.
Wow.
And we have a school. So, and then our parish is also under Salesian of Don Bosco. So, yung parish namin, we have like about six priests. Most of the time, religious ang aming parish. So all these priests, and we have like 85% Filipino. So we did at one point, we have like 4 Filipino priests on site. And most of the time, ako na din yung, since I'm retired, so if they need something that kailangan nila, I'm also the one that getting called, or kung halimbawa kailangan ng reference, like in fact, even one of our pastor na nasa Edmonton, pag may nangangailangan ng tulong na parishioners, ako pa din yung resource. The father gives like my number. Right? And then also our tax clinic, which we had it for like 18 years, It's a community volunteer income tax program. Yung mga volunteer ko, some of them are also looking for experience. Kaya
Yeah.
nagbo-volunteer. So it's a win-win. And then ngayon, marami kaming napadagdag. In the last 2 years, kami din lang yung tax clinic na really nag-stay without closing it. Most of the tax clinic are closed. And then ang mga long-term or mga hospitals, somebody has to do yung mga dementia, yung mga brain injury.
Yeah.
In order for them to benefit, somebody has to do their tax. So then,
Correct.
therefore, kami yung tax clinic ko yung gumagawa, our tax clinic. And then
So
we're dealing with the social workers.
So your group is doing that for free?
Yeah, everything is free. Nothing is everything is free. But it's under also the program of Revenue Canada. So yung support nila, we're connected to CRA.
Okay.
So everything is free. Pero yung mga CWL namin, naaawa din siguro at saka maraming parishioners, they, with God's grace again, we're always, ang daming pagkain dumarating during our tax clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Talagang it's a blessing. Talagang Lord is always good all the time.
Aside from that, activities po, Miss Marie, ano po ba yung other volunteer works mo ngayon? Meron ka bang napakalaking project ngayon?
Plus, of course, our shrine, our Santo Niño construction project came in. Ayan na, mas lalo na akong nag-busy. Being a partner of Tony, and we have a time talagang constraint kasi kailangan namin ma-fulfill ang the money because our archdiocese hindi kami pinahiram ng pera to be able to have the construction. So then we have to really work on it. So busy talaga. In the last few days, we have a raffle ticket. We still need to sell more. Kaya every night, even last night, may mga mass. Pag may mga mass sa simbahan, I'm there outside selling the raffle ticket. So may tawag na sa akin, Tony, ticket master. Ano na naman yung binibenta kong ticket. So, but it's okay. Pagod talagang. And, but it's so fulfilling. I don't even have time to go shopping, Tony.
Yeah.
And, wala. But it's okay.
Kaya pala pina-retire ka ng Panginoon kasi mayroon pang napakalaking bagay na gagawin mo.
For Him. Yeah.
For him.
So, ano yung feeling, ma'am? This time, you are serving the public, but of course, with the Lord, no? Kasi iba yung siniserve mo, yung simbahan at saka yung community. Ano po yung feeling mo? Kasi free yan, di ba? Walang bayad. But yung fulfillment siguro at contentment sa'yo.
It's so full. Talagang, I always wanted to have a feeling talaga, attorney, na I'm always at peace. Hindi mo mabibili yung peace. And when you are at peace, you're always on that state of grace.
Yeah.
So, kasi you cannot be in that state if you're not at peace. So, I guess that's yun talaga yun. Kasi hindi mo talaga mabibili ng pera yung peace. And
Tama.
I also, yung husband ko naman, din siya, he's been on a financial advisor for 35 years. He's an insurance person for 35 years. And he's still in. And parang service na din yung karamihan niya. So, kapag may mga something na, siyempre 35 years, matatanda na yung mga client.
Oo.
Sakit, namatay. Yun na din yung namin. My husband is always there for them. Kaya, let's say, nasa palliative, nandun kami. Kasi, you cannot just say, okay, I already insured you for noong pang 35 years. Goodbye. My husband is there. Kaya, nakakasama na rin niya ako doon. So, halimbawa, nasa palliative or whatever, nakasama kami. We became part of them. So,
Okay. Kaya pala you're so blessed dahil sa you're so prayerful at tapos you're really a servant of God kasi ginawa mo talaga yung gusto ni Lord, yung pag-evangelize. So, paano natin yan masusustain? Hindi po ba kayo napapagod or what?
well, I always pray, attorney, na sana hindi talaga ako magkasakit. But actually, and kung may mangyari, I'm always ready. Kasi hindi naman natin masabi, my husband being in the insurance business for so long, alam ko talaga, your life could change in just seconds.
True.
So, kung ready tayo, kahit ano pang mangyari. Diba? Kahit ano pang mangyari. So, hindi na natin masabi yan. So, we'll just be ready. Now that I'm 60 years old, I retired 5 years ago, parang sabi ko nga, wow, 5 years na pala akong naka-retire.
Oo nga.
Akala ko, wala pa rin akong, parang sa akin, parang busy pa rin ako. Mas lalong dobling busy, right? But it's okay. Life goes on, especially now with the project with our Santo Niño Shrine. We're looking forward with our groundbreaking, kaya busy kami ni Tony and the committees, right?
So, malaki talaga.
Pagising ko palang sumapa, hindi ko na alam kung saan ako magsisimula.
Oo. So talaga yung support ng Filipino community sa Santo Niño Shrine, grabe talaga. Kasi si Father Filipino din. So parang lahat ng mga Pinoy parang binuhos yung effort para sa shrine na yan.
Yes. And I guess also, attorney, it depends how you're gonna present it to them. Siyempre, hindi naman perfect. Mayroon ding masusungit, mayroon ding whatever, right? But it's how we're gonna, kung paano namin ni Tony tinatanggap yun. So,
Wala.
Yeah, because it's not that easy na mag-solicit, no? 'Di ba? It's not that easy na mag-solicit para sa project na to. But
may phobia siguro ang community kasi mayroong napakalaking proyekto before ang Filipino community dito sa British Columbia at nawala.
Hindi na.
Phobia po ang community. Parang ang alanganin po sila sa awa ng Panginoon, nandoon si Ate Marie. Ganun.
Yeah, at magiging totoo talaga yung shrine na yan. So parang excited ang mga Filipino doon sa shrine na yan. So ng stage natin ngayon? Malapit na matapos, Ma Marie, yung malapit na magsimula yung pag-construct ng shrine. Kasi ang alam natin, yung nakausap natin si Father, hindi mag-start ang construction unless kompleto na yung funds for that project.
We're already on at least 85%.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, and I think we're almost there. We're almost actually there once we finish we have a gallon coming. So the target of the money is actually there, but Archdiocese already approved it. So everything is going. Hopefully you can make it on our opening of our shrine. You can come.
Yeah, hopefully.
August po.
Sa August sana makapunta din ako. Okay. So ang ganda ng story mo, no, kasi inspiring. Yun talaga ang journey na gustong malaman natin at makapa-inspire ng mga Pinoy. Yung God-centered na kaya naging successful po kayo dahil you're God-fearing, you are prayerful, and tumulong ka sa ibang tao at nakikita ng ibang tao yan sa'yo at naging na-convert sila. 'Di ba? So maganda talaga yung
So, naniniwala ka po ba, Mama Rina, ang pagpunta mo dito sa Canada, not just primarily coming it here, but it also be an evangelizer?
I think so, Tony. I believe so. And I think yung talagang message ni Lord sa atin that we really have to spread. Kaya yung lahat ng disciples niya to spread the word of God.
Yeah.
And any way we can, kahit maliit lang, kahit konti lang, I'm sure it will make a big difference.
Tama. Oo. Okay. So, Marie, ano po yung message mo para sa mga nakikinig natin, especially those Filipinos na may mga problema sa buhay or may mga challenges, most especially in relation sa ilang faith and relationship with God? Ano po yung message mo sa kanila?
Well, just don't lose hope and always believe that God is always with us, and always try to share what you can in any way you can, and love one another, of course, as what our God wants us to do.
Yeah. Okay. So, Mama Rim, thank you very much for your time. I know retired na po kayo but sobrang busy mo ngayon, but binigyan mo kami ng oras para makausap at ma-share sa mga televiewers natin sa CCTN kung ano yung naging journey mo dito po sa Canada.
Thank you so much. I'm honored. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, Brett Tony, your parting message?
Yeah, yung sharing ng journey ni Miss Marie Holgado, hindi natin matatapos ng isang oras, pero hindi natin mapigilan ng natapos na rin yung oras. So sa mga nanonood ngayon all over the Philippines and all over the world, sana may natutunan po kayo sa sharing sa istorya sa buhay ni Miss Marie. At sana po magkita-kita na naman po tayo sa susunod na linggo, ganitong oras at saka ganitong araw. Salamat po. Ito si Tony Ortega.
Okay, thank you Tony and Marie, and of course atong pasalamatan ang atong mga kaubanan sa CCTN that made this program possible og nahimong live, no? Sila si Inday Lopez, salamat Day, si Joanne Lopez Alphabete, yang atong cameraman o switcher nga si Nilo Cabarles, og ingon man si Robert Algidano. Thank you kayo guys sa kanunay nga pagsuporta sa atong tulumanon CCTN International Pinoy Journeys. Ug atong pasalamatan of course si Tatay Dudong Limchua ang atong makadagkuan sa CCTN, og si Nanay Dayan Limchua of course sa atong Ginoo, no? Thank you God, no, nga another Filipino nga mi-share sa iyang journey, and at least napakita nato sa mga tao nga if you believe in God, 'di ba, if you keep on praying, i-guide ka talaga niya kung saan ka dapat. So kahit saang lupalop ka pa sa mundo, pag naka-center yung mo kay God, no, you will find a way on how to evangelize and set an example as a good Christian. Iyan yung ginawa ni Mama Ray, yung guest natin ngayon. So thank you Mama Ray, Brad Tony. So sa atong mga televiewers nga nagtanaw karon, hinaot nga na-inspired po kayo sa story ni Mama Ray. And of course, we're inviting you again next week dinhi lang sa inyong paboritong tulumanon, CCTN International Pinoy Journeys. Have a nice day everyone. God.